There are a few reasons we can need to run our automated tests via the command line. First, not all the members of your team can have IDE that supports all the selected tools installed. Let's imagine a situation if a developer is doing massive refactoring and is going to see that his or her changes do not break the main functionality of the application. This is time-consuming to deploy the changes to your test environment and to wait until your smoke suit passes. It is much faster to run your test locally to identify the possible issues after deployment and to make everything to minimize the risks of critical and blocking defects on the environment. If you cannot run the test via CMD, the developer will have to install your favorite IDE on the local machine and to run the test via it. These are redundant actions if the test can be run with the test automation framework called to the developer's machine. So running tests via CMD can be useful if developers want to launch automated tests on their local machines. The second case when it will be useful for you is when your project should have a CI process setup. For instance, you want to run all your automated tests each night to receive constant feedback from your tests and keep them up to date. You are provided with a CI build engine, and your requirement is to launch tests with the minimum set of setup actions required from DevOps side. For example, to launch our API tests, you need JDK and Gradle setup on the machine. And again, as in the installation when developers need to run tests locally, you are not allowed to set up IntelliJ IDEA or something like this on the build agent. In this case, the test could be run only via command line. As a result, we see that running tests via CMD are must-have to include automated tests into your CI process. Finally, running tests via CMD can help to make your own automated test pipeline for the web application deployment. Let's imagine that your application is deployed on the test environment after each commit from developer. According to the best practices of automated testing, small suite of API tests should be run after each such deployment on the test environment. If you don't want to wait until each new deployment finishes most of your working time to start automated tests run manually, you should automate the process of test start. This can be done only via trigger on your CI agent, which in its turn understands only commands represented as console commands. So, to make the deployment process of your web applications API fully automated, you should be able to run the test via the command line.